My guest this week for the new, revamped, relaunched, fan-funded Rubin Report is a comedy legend, an activist, an author, an actress, an entrepreneur, and a former presidential candidate, Roseanne.
Plus, mother and grandmother, don't forget the most important part.
I should have done those two first,
you
right?
You should, but, that's how you are. It's okay. I've made the correction.
All right, let's jump right into it.
B. Arthur there. That's so rad.
There's B. You told me once.
I loved her.
That you loved her, but you also told me that you thought that the gay community rallied behind the Golden Girls in a weird way that they didn't quite behind you, even though you were actually doing a lot more pro-gay stuff because you did the first gay kiss, which we'll talk about later and all that stuff. Is that a weird thing? Because it was sort of like the Connors were sort of the reverse of what people think of as gay is over the top and flamboyant, and the Connors were working class. That's not thought of as gay, so to speak.
Some working class people are gay.
There are?
They are. Some of them are gay.
They're not on Bravo, though.
Well, they're right next to Bravo on TLC, right. Like the Duck Dynasty. I mean, come on.
Those guys have to be
There's a lot of gays in that family.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They looked really gay at first. I saw it on the internet, and they were like in these golf shirts and shit, and they were all clean-shaven Republicans.
Right.
Which kind of means gay in a way.
Right.
And then they grew the beards to get the show, and I think they did have the Southern accents. But I watched that show the other day. I think I'm transfixed by these reality shows. They're very good.
You had your own reality show.
I had 2 or 3 of them.
So you had Roseanne's Nuts, which I loved. Yeah, there were more bleeps. You had more bleeps per minute than in anything I've ever seen.
They would say that I was difficult. But, that's how I talk. They want to see the real me. I mean, if they didn't want to see the real me, I could never figure, well, why don't you go hire, Raquel Welch or somebody like that.
Right.
You don't want to see me.
I saw one episode you were on like a truck and you were like plowing through the macadamia things and you were clearing brush and it was fuck.
Yeah, I'm getting my aggression out.
Yeah.
And killing, non-indigenous, colonial growth off my pure Pele nest.
So the macadamia stuff, that is indigenous to...
No, it's not. It's from New Zealand.
Really?
The Big Island, Hawaii, where I live, that was the world's laboratory where all those people went and they did experiments in the earth of what would grow, And so those macadamia nuts, they're not indigenous.
Really?
They are from New Zealand and they were brought over at the very same time when the pineapple, which is not indigenous to the Big Island of Hawaii, was brought there too. So they were manufacturing this perfect cyborg biosphere then, and they have been since the late 1800s on the Big Island of Hawaii.
You're blowing my mind already. You're telling me macadamia...
I was a fucking farmer. What?
But macadamia nuts and pineapples are neither indigenous to Hawaii.
No, not the kind they brought over.
Huh.
They brought the pineapple from other Hawaiian islands, and then they brought the papaya and the mango, and they totally GMO manufactured the papaya. That's why I end up running for president, because I was part of kicking Monsanto's ass off the Big Island, Hawaii, and we did win, and we did kick Monsanto out, and I was so proud of that, because all the time I'd be like, I meditate and stuff. So I'd be like, what would be the best words? I always meditate for the right words, because I'm a comic, and that's what we do. We're always looking for words that fit and whatever. I very seldom brag about myself and my writing and stuff. Or maybe I do it too much. Depends on how many drinks I've had.
Well, you do have 18 cups here. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Water, coffee, and my special tea.
The special tea.
Yeah, for my voice.
Yeah, we'll keep that one quiet.
Remember Jackie Gleason? That was my favorite thing. I knew it as a little girl.
Yeah.
He'd take that drink, and Jack Parr, too. They'd act like they were drinking. You knew it. You just looked for where the You knew it was booze because they did that bit so many times.
People used to be able to drink on television. Right?
I know.
People, they would be smoking. I mean, Johnny Carson was smoking cigarettes and they were drinking and having a good time. And now everything.
They couldn't swear.
They couldn't swear. We can say whatever you want. You want to throw an F-bomb right now just for just an extra one?
No, because that kicks in my OCD.
Oh, so if we throw one in, it could unfurl the whole thing.
It will.
It will unfurl.
So it's like, don't even go there.
Yeah.
It's like that first drink. You know, I go to Alcoholics Anonymous.
I think you just blew the anonymous part.
That is the joke. I should write that down.
That you should write that down. Get that down. All right,
Where's my fucking pen? I never have a fucking pen.
While you're thinking.
Fuck! Of course, I already forgot my fucking idea.
Isn't that the word?
What do you want to say?
I feel like I'm in therapy because
we're talking about B. Arthur.
About B and the gays.
Fucking great.
Yeah. So, but B and the gays.
Was B gay?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I saw her sing this song to her husband on Broadway because I went and saw her play.
Oh, I saw the play. Yeah.
Wasn't it a great play?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was all like all her old stories and what it was like to be trapped in that little TV box, which you know all about.
I just like her voice so much.
That
I
voice.
I think that's what'll be missed is that voice.
Yeah.
It was such a genius, once in a lifetime voice. And when she sang, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was her voice singing. And boy, she was a master of that. Few people are.
What do you think about that
What?
idea of that the gays rallied around the Golden Girls in a way that they maybe didn't around Roseanne, but you did. I mean, that kiss, I remember watching that kiss, whatever year that was, maybe 97 or something. And it was literally you did.
Yeah, people were watching it in bars all over America.
Yeah.
We were trying, and there wasn't technology then, but we were trying to hook up phone calls to like a central. But now, of course, it'll all be, I don't know what they do now.
Yeah.
Bounce it off Mars or some shit.
Something with Mars. I know it's involved with Mars somehow.
Very technological now.
Yeah. So.
Boy, I wish I was working then when it was high tech like that.
Well, you're working right now.
Well, in my own studio.
Yeah.
I just got on this kick because I have really bad OCD. But I just wanted to know, what does it feel like to own your own work and just like say what you want to say and be who you really are? It takes a lot of sacrifice, man.
Yeah. I mean, we have been
You're
working.
paying for it out the ass every day.
I've never worked harder in my life than we've worked in these last couple months as we've put this thing together.
Well, you got to work hard.
Yeah.
You got to pay the fucking cost to be the fucking boss. That ain't no bullshit.
Yeah. You own the sitcom?
No.
You didn't own it?
I own a percentage of it.
Right.
That makes me, I could go I do get depressed over that.
That you didn't.
I own 20% of my own work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one that put my life on the line. Certainly wasn't any committee involved there. But every joke, there was a fucking committee involved. But at the final hour, I just say what I want in front of the camera and let the audience decide. If I got a bigger laugh than all them writers, then we kept that.
Yeah.
And if they got a bigger laugh than me, we kept that. I mean, I cared about the product.
Yeah.
And aside from all the other names, they call me cunt and bitch and all that shit because, whatever. It's important that an artist control his or her own life and product and everything. I mean, that shit ain't free for somebody just to take.
Isn't it cool that we're cutting out the networks now in a way? Because look, I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, like I own this thing. I don't have to answer to anybody.
You're going to work fucking hard too.
Yeah.
You're not no fucking Democrat.
Yeah.